Once again, talking about scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, early into the evening across North Alabama, southern and middle Tennessee. A very good Wednesday evening to you. I'm FOX54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. It's been another stereotypical summer day across the Tennessee Valley, where we start the day with ample sunshine, temperatures climbing into the 90s. It's incredibly humid, but then the showers and thunderstorms build into the Tennessee Valley through the middle part of the afternoon. And here we are heading into the early part of the evening, and we're still talking about this activity. A couple of raindrops on the lens over in DeKalb County, indicating that they've seen a little bit of rain push through, but it looks like a lot of that rain has since come to an end, at least in this specific location. Even beginning to see the cloud cover break and enjoy a little bit of sunshine before the sun sets this evening. In case you're curious, the sun is going to set at 8:02. Live look from the top of Montesano. We're beginning to dry things out from the top of Montesano as well. Look at the temperature in the dew point. Rain-cooled air has moved into the Tennessee Valley, but it's both a blessing and a curse. One, it is at least a little bit cooler outside. Temperature sitting in the mid-upper 70s, 78 degrees, but one could argue that it is more humid now than it was before it actually started raining. Look at this. Air temperature of 78, but a dew point of 74. It's really, really humid. Those two numbers are close together. The closer those numbers are, the more humid it is in any given location. So again, I would argue that it is more humid now than it was before the rain ever actually started. Live look out over the parkway. We're looking northbound on Memorial Parkway. Now, we did have some good rain move through the Huntsville metro area over the last couple of hours. Even had a couple of really loud claps of thunder, but it looks like that activity has since come to an end, as evidenced by the mostly dry roadways. Of course, the traffic helps dry out the roadways quickly. Still talking about a mostly cloudy sky, maybe a couple of peaks of sunshine here and there over the Huntsville metro area, but other than that, looking at a mostly cloudy sky. Before we got to the rain this afternoon, we did climb into the 90s. Huntsville International saw 93, Arab saw 90, Coleman saw 88. Some folks only climbed into the mid and upper 80s. Once again, where the rain moved in first, temperatures were a little bit lower. We saw 90 in Fort Payne. 88 degrees was the high temperature in Florence. It's not too often that Fort Payne is warmer than Florence, but the rain moved into Florence before it moved into Fort Payne. And so that prevented Florence from getting any warmer than the upper 80s. Those numbers actually a bit below where they should be this time of year. The average high temperature right around 92 or 93 degrees. We saw 90 today in Pulaski. We saw 89 today in Fayetteville, up across southern Middle Tennessee. Now, at this point, a lot of us have seen at least a little bit of rain, so temperatures are significantly lower across the entire Tennessee Valley. Sitting at 78 in Florence, 76 in Athens. We're sitting at 78 in Moulton, 79 right now in Coleman. Still holding on to the lower 80s over in northeast Alabama. Scottsboro sitting at 82 degrees. Fort Payne, good evening. You'll find yourselves also sitting at 82 degrees. Through the duration of the evening, these numbers actually probably need adjusted a little bit. They don't always do a really good job at accounting for the rain, so I should go in and adjust these a little bit. But for those of us still sitting in the lower 80s, right around 81 at 7, 78 by 8, 76 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. All told, numbers really not going to move that much over the next couple of hours. Still looking at some light precipitation across the Tennessee Valley, even a couple of thunderstorms, some moderate precipitation up across southern Middle Tennessee and Fayetteville. They're talking about some steadier rain hitting down in northern Madison County. Those folks still talking about some steadier rain, maybe a couple of sprinkles beginning to move back into the Huntsville metro. A couple of thunderstorms hanging out across northeast Mississippi. Some of that activity beginning to move into northwest Alabama. We're beginning to dry out in Coleman County, still talking about a little bit of rain and a couple of very light showers hanging out in Decatur. Strongest thunderstorm we've seen over the last little while hanging out in DeKalb County. Actually, it's beginning to push out of DeKalb County at this point. Still talking about some rain in Fort Payne, beginning to dry out in Fife, Geraldine, down into Crossville. Also beginning to dry out. This activity going to continue to push its way off to the east. And as it pushes its way off to the east, it's going to continue to weaken and fall apart. Now, this specific storm was packing a bit of a punch a little while ago. It actually did have a severe thunderstorm warning associated with it, but that was canceled. At this point, it was probably canceled right around 5:40. So then the storm has continued to weaken as it's continued to push its way to the east. Other scattered showers and thunderstorms hanging out across much of the southeast. Some heavier precipitation back off across the east coast, North Carolina, South Carolina, and then back into Georgia. We're talking about some heavier precipitation. Otherwise, scattered showers and thunderstorms kind of seem to dot the southeast, hanging out across Louisiana, central and south Mississippi. Of course, heading into north Mississippi, much of the state of Alabama, heading up into Tennessee. We're talking about some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of that activity could also be hanging out up in Nashville. Now, it does look like there is a cold front back off to the northwest. That cold front could move through the Tennessee Valley. Is it going to have any impact on our sensible weather? No, absolutely not. Cold fronts that typically move through during the summer months typically don't have a lot of impact on our sensible weather. Maybe it brings a bit of relief for a couple of hours, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's going to be hot and humid. Look at rainfall totals over the last 6 hours. These numbers kind of all over the place. Look at this. Florence has seen 35/100ths of an inch of rain. Meanwhile, our friends in Moulton have seen 1.35 inches of rain over the last 6 hours. Fort Payne has just recorded a trace amount of rain. Scottsboro has seen 21/100ths, but then on the other end of the spectrum, look at this. Arab has seen 1.06 inches of rain over the last 6 hours. We can continue to compare this. Let's head up to southern and middle Tennessee. Fayetteville has seen just 7/100ths of an inch of rain over the last 6 hours. Compare that to their next door neighbor, Pulaski. They have seen 1.27 inches of rain over the last 6 hours. So our friends up in southern and middle Tennessee even have varying levels of precipitation, and that just kind of gives you a good look at what we're talking about as far as summertime showers and thunderstorms are concerned. Those which are going to stay in the forecast Thursday, Friday, as we head into the weekend, and then even through the early and middle part of next week. We're never really going to lose the opportunity for rain, but this is a really common forecast this time of year, and you know this. If you've lived here for more than a couple of summers, you know that there's going to be a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms every single day, and there's never really a need to cancel any of your plans. It's just necessary to have an umbrella with you every single day. Of course, when you put the umbrella in your car, don't forget to take it out of your car, because I'm guilty of this as well. I'll have an umbrella in my car, but then I'll be inside a building and need to get to my car while it's raining, and the umbrella is obviously going to do me no good. Here's Futurecast as we head into the lunch hour on Thursday. A mix of sunshine and cloud cover, a couple of isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. Now, models have shown a level of consistency in actually keeping us a little bit drier as we head into Thursday afternoon. Isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms still going to be possible, but it doesn't really look like the coverage is going to be as widespread tomorrow compared to what we've seen today and then even yesterday. As we head into Friday afternoon, much the same. A number of us are going to be dry, but isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are certainly going to be possible across the Tennessee Valley. That activity will stick with us through the early part of the evening before breaking as we head into the overnight and then early into your Saturday morning. Maintaining a small opportunity for rain as we head into the overnight. Otherwise, it's going to be warm and it is going to be humid. Temperatures dropping into the low 70s. I've got a low temperature right around 71 degrees. I don't really foresee a lot of fog developing across the Tennessee Valley tonight, just because I also think we are going to hold on to a fair amount of cloud cover across the Tennessee Valley. If we were going to see more breaks in the clouds, then I would anticipate fog would be a bit of a bigger issue, but I think we're going to hold on to a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky through the overnight, and I think that's going to limit the amount of fog we get. Now, let's say you have to do a little bit of yard work tomorrow. I highly suggest doing it in the morning, because odds are better than not we're probably going to be dry in the morning. Once you get to the later part of the morning, early into the afternoon, you're going to begin to increase the opportunity for one of those isolated showers and thunderstorms to fall over your house, which would really put a damper on the whole yard work thing. So if you're going to do the yard work, do it in the morning. Not only are the odds better that it's going to be dry, but it's also going to be a little bit cooler in the morning. So yeah, that'd be nice. 74 at 8, 82 by 11, 87 by 2 p.m. Once again, finishing the day in the mid and upper 80s. A couple of folks that see a little more sunshine and a little less rain, probably going to climb into the lower 90s, just like we saw today, just like we've seen over the last couple of days. And then guess what? We're going to repeat this as we head into your Friday. Much the same. Once again, temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s. A couple of folks climbing into the lower 90s. It's just going to be really dependent on who sees rain, who sees more sunshine. You see more sunshine, you're naturally going to be a little bit warmer. You see a little bit more rain, you are naturally going to be a little bit cooler. If we look at the long term, and we're heading into the middle and later part of July, there's about a 40 to 50% chance that we're talking about above average temperatures across the southeast. Maybe you're traveling to the northeast, about a 60